It's time for the Writer's Block. I'm Jenni Carlson here in the Oklahoman newsroom studios, and I'm joined by Cedric Golden from the Austin American-Statesman. Hey, Ced, what's up?
Not a lot, J. Carr. What's going on with you?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's NCAA tournament time, and that's our lead this week is the NCAA tournament. Lots of basketball junkies and non-basketball junkies out there getting ready to figure out how to watch the games on Thursday and Friday during their work and, to avoid working, all that sort of thing. Two of my favorite days on the sports calendar. But Cedric, let's talk about, the big picture here. A lot of people picking Duke to win it all with Zion Williamson back and healthy. Are they your unabashed favorite for this whole thing?
Oh, of course they are. They're a prohibitive favorite, 2-to-1 odds to win it all. But did I pick them in the golden bracket? Heck no. What kind of fun would that be to just pick the favorite to win it? I'm not going to go there. My bracket is a little chalky. You can check it out on statesman.com. But I have the Duke Blue Devils bowing out in the Final Four to Gonzaga. And I know that's just going to come back and bite me in the butt. When has Gonzaga ever been as good as people thought they were?
Well, and that's a good point. But, I think that regional that Gonzaga in, Cedric, the West, might be the most difficult to pick. Now, I know a lot of people are looking at the Midwest with North Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, all those name teams. Iowa State, which, Kansas City being the regional final site, people expecting that to be a crazy ticket to get. But I think the West is really going to be tough to pick. I did not have Gonzaga coming out of there. But also, if you look at the regional that Virginia's in, I had Tennessee coming out of there to go to the Final Four. I do have Duke winning it all. But I think really, Cedric, when you look at it, there's maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 teams that could realistically be Final Four teams. I think if people are picking their brackets and maybe still trying to weigh anything in these final hours before the tournament starts, picking 1 and 2 seeds to get to the Final Four, maybe you pick upsets early, but I don't really know that there are a ton of non-1 and 2 seeds that I would look at to go to the Final Four. What about you?
Well, I look at that West, and Gonzaga is going to be tested. If they can, they're going to get Syracuse in the second round. That's not a given that they beat Syracuse. And you've got Texas Tech and Michigan and Florida in that region. It is a tough region. I think the toughest region, I think the Midwest is a beehive. I really do. Kentucky, Auburn is resurgent. You got North Carolina as the #1. You got Kansas, sneaky Kansas. You never know. They're not Kansas that we're used to in the Big 12, but once the tournament starts, something always seems to happen. As long as they're not playing a team that starts with the letter B, they're usually okay. As long as it's Bucknell's or Bradley's not coming after them, so they get Northeastern in the first round, they should be okay.
Hey, Ced,
as far as my bracket's concerned, I do have 3 #1s getting to the Final Four.
Yeah.
But that's my statesman bracket. My personal moneymaker bracket has yet to be filled out. So I probably won't be discussing that one publicly, but it'll probably I'll probably spend a little bit more time filling that one out because I won't be under any deadline pressure.
Well, and with the moneymaker bracket, we'll only hear about it when you're the one to have picked every game correctly. So, you don't want to let any of those secrets out.
Oh, my God. I don't think I've won one of these since, Arkansas won it way back in the day.
My goodness.
I was a 100-pound slider, and I had hair. I looked like Giselle, but you wouldn't even recognize me.
All right, so lots of basketball to come. We'll be watching, obviously, as March Madness gets underway. The Thursday, Friday, again, I'll go out on a not too weak limb to say those are probably 2 of my favorite days on the sports calendar, just back-to-back games. All right, lots to come on that. We'll continue talking about that on the Writer's Block.